Hi folks, China Guitar Skeptic back with my first video in a little while because I've been so busy with the website. So in this podcast, details about the new website, details about the new forum, some news on the Particaster, our first Q&A, a new suggestion, and finally something that I was asked to do some time ago, which is another demo on the Martin D45 in comparison with the Yamaha F310.
So, Fat Man, who is this China Guitar Skeptic fellow?
I have absolutely no idea, but I am going to subscribe to his channel.
Oh, good idea. You know what? I might even join you.
So, what's a podcast? Well, it's just a way of me saying that I'm going to throw lots of bits and pieces together because you all want more videos. And in this one, we've got news about the website, the forum, the Particaster, my first Q&A session, and a question for you, and a suggestion. So, first of all, yes, thank you to everybody who's beta tested the brand new China Guitar Skeptic website. I'm delighted to say that it's now up and running, and you can go and log on there and join. There's a join button. If you go onto the forums page, you can register as a CGS, China Guitar Skeptic user. Yes, this is going to give us tons more flexibility in developing this a bit more in future, as will the new forum, which is also up and running. And by logging in and signing up for China Guitar Skeptic, you also get membership directly for that forum and all the private members forums area. We've already got nearly 70, so that's only been up for a day and a half, so I'm delighted that everybody's moving over from the old forum, which we will sort of phase out and make read-only by the end of this year. So go over and join the new one so that you can post your bits and pieces. Not least of all, unboxing videos. See, the new forum gives us the functionality to allow us to directly post videos onto the page. So I've already got an unboxing video there. Thanks very much to Nick in the States for your first unboxing video on the new website, so a forum. So really pleased with how that's working, and I think you will be too. There should be a lot less slow times and a lot less down times and a lot more flexibility for the future. So, Particaster. Well, I have got a little bit of video to show you where I have been making good the final finishing on the back of the guitar. But just for now, I'm not going to tell you what happened to the front because it's a bit embarrassing. But I will tell you once I've repaired it. Yeah. Okay, it's at this stage that we go back to the wet and dry sandpaper, and this is just again 2000 grit that I've soaked overnight, and I'm just going to gently go over what I've levelled, and you'll see I'm actually just letting the paper do the work again. Just the little bits of the backing paper coming off on it as well because it's been soaking for so long, and I'm just doing little circular motions, just taking that final down. Let the sandpaper do the work. Oh man, I've had so much trouble with this Particaster, the paintwork. The back looks fabulous. Everything that could go wrong with this build has gone wrong with this build. Finding the paint was a real disaster, and then, as you know, I got to final finishing the last lacquer coat and managed to drop it, so I had to rub back the lacquer coat. Oh, I'm going to tell you what happened was, because I didn't rub off all of the coat all around, some of the guitar has got too thickly coated with paint, which means it's not curing properly. And when I changed temperatures with the guitar by moving it out of my father's workshop and indoors, it caused it to crackle and bubble on the front. The back looks great. I'm really delighted with the back. In fact, if I could play it back to front, I probably would. But the front is a disaster. So a little bit back to square one. There is work to be done, and I will put a little bit of the video up, finishing video here for you. But yeah, I need to go and work on the front again, I'm afraid. So we get to our first Q&A. On the new website, I've put up a page so that you can contact me with questions and I will answer them in the podcasts. So, first one comes from Alistair Clark. Only one this week because we've only been up for 2 days. He says, nice new forum. Are we still going to be able to see the ABC sellers list? Thanks for all your time and effort doing these updates. Well, the answer to all those questions is, well, first of all, thank you. Cheers, Alistair. Really glad that you like it and that the hard work over the last few weeks has been well worthwhile. In terms of the ABC sellers list, yes, absolutely. That's now closed on the old forum and I've ported it over and moved it over onto the new forum. I've also introduced quite a number of moderators on the forum. James in China, who has been helping with porting over a lot of the good articles that need to go across to the new forum, and also Michael, who wrote a lot of the good articles that I felt were worthy of moving over and porting onto the new forum. Having said that, if any of you want to move your posts or your more important posts or any information that you feel is vital not to become read-only so that people can comment on it in future, then there are instructions on the community page of the forum from me on how to move it over. So if you can do that and help out, that would be greatly appreciated. So yes, the ABC sellers list is still there, Alistair, and I'm sure that Michael, who is a moderator as well, will also make sure that it's kept completely up to date for you all. Okay, finally, a question. I just wanted to see whether or not you wanted me to do anything else in these videos. Obviously, following on from the survey, I've acted as quickly as I could in putting up a new website, developing a new website and forum, because that was something that you thought needed some work. But I'm just looking for suggestions. I've had one already from Roy, who suggested that I do a video on various different strings, gauges, manufacturers and alike. Would there be interest in that? Perhaps you can be kind enough to comment down below in the comments section and send me your feedback. Really pleased to have you all on board with this new website, and I hope that you enjoy it. If you like my videos, please give it a like. If you really like them, please subscribe, and even better still, share them and favourite them so that other people can see what we're up to. I'm going to be back soon with another video about the second prototype MILTON guitars, and I've also got the Particaster update to come. But finally, at the end of this video, something that you've all been waiting for, and that is the revisit to checking out the difference between my Yamaha and the fake D45. And what's happened here is last month, end of last month, I restrung both guitars on the same day, and I've played them both for about 3.5–4 weeks in equal measure. They've both been to rehearsals. Neither of them have been gigged, but I've played them both in equal measure, and I'm going to do another little test now for you so that you can hear the difference with brand new strings, brand new identical strings on both. And I think that you might be surprised at the results. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this next piece, and I'll catch up with you in the next podcast. Hi folks, China Guitar Skeptic back, and welcome to this first podcast. In this episode, blah 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 blah. Let's get it right. Not on this first one out. Hey folks, China Guitar Skeptic back, and welcome to this our first podcast. Something new, quite a few new things to come up in this podcast. New website, new forum, news on the Particaster, my first new Q&A. And lastly, a new Hi folks, China Guitar Skeptic back at last with a Hi folks, China Guitar Skeptic back at last with a new podcast, and coming up in this one, a new website to tell you all about, new forum. In this podcast, bollocks. 3, 2, 1. Hi folks, China Guitar Skeptic back, and this one's entitled News, the very first podcast.